Better to embrace the discomfort of being different than the comfort of fitting in. How many of you sat in a bit of discomfort for those couple of seconds thinking I had forgotten my speech? And how many of you enjoyed those 10 seconds of comfortable silence? This inspirational quote by Ago David Amenke has taught me that it is okay to be different. It's okay to dance by yourself. It's also okay to have no hair. It's okay to be a different color, and it's super okay if your body works differently than others. These are all examples from a book called It Is Okay to Be Different by Todd Parr. I used to read this book with my mom when I was around 6 years old, and I loved reading it because it was so funny. But really, at the time, it was a great way for my mom to teach me the importance of why it is okay to be different. My favorite part in the book is where it gave you advice that said it is okay to eat macaroni and cheese in the bathtub. The reason this book stood out to me was because it is okay to be different in any sort of way, and that we can't live in a world where we judge each other for these differences. This is my message to you all today. As I grew older, I realized that it doesn't matter about what others say about you, it only matters about what you say about yourself. I've learned to tell myself positive things, such as never give up, and to not let the opinions of others get to my head. So are you going to judge me for eating macaroni and cheese in the bathtub? When I was younger, I learned that no two snowflakes were the same. In other words, in the entire world, I would never find a snowflake that had the same pattern as another. Why is this relevant, you may ask? Well, similarly, no two humans are the same, which is amazing. Unfortunately, the problem lies in ourselves and how we take in information. Social media is a perfect example of fueling this fire. People turn to social media and presume what they see posted as the ideal benchmark and that the lives of others are so perfect. But let me tell you a secret. That perfect picture you are seeing was not taken in the first shot. It was probably edited. It was not a candid picture. Research shows that many people, without realizing it, base their worth on how they line up with another person's achievements. We tend to take what we believe to be our worst trait and line it side by side to someone else's best trait. Keep in mind, the only benchmark is our perceptions of it. Unfortunately, this has been found to lead to self-dissatisfaction and guilt for not achieving what others have achieved. It is not surprising that when someone starts comparing themselves to others, emotions such as jealousy and frustration can arise. This can impact people's lives negatively and can turn into depression and anxiety if not managed. So, do you remember how at the beginning of this talk I told you about the importance of two snowflakes never being the same? Well, we are that same snowflake. Differences are great because differences bring new perspectives to the world. You and your unique ideas can make great changes in the world. Secondly, a new way of doing things can teach others to explore new ways and to get out of the comfort zone. I always, and I mean always, do my soccer warm-ups in the same pattern. I should probably try mixing up the pattern because this may help me to loosen up my body even more so I don't get injured. Lastly, and this one's important, people who are successful do things differently. They don't follow the crowd. They make the crowd, meaning they're leaders, not followers. You turn your dreams into reality and let yourself discover endless possibilities. It highlights your originality and authenticity and makes you stand out in the world full of conformity. Be yourself and be different. The best way to be yourself is to follow these 4 tips. Tip number 1, focus on only what you have accomplished and only what you yourself have done. Tip number 2, Speaking of achievements, celebrate them because only you are aware of what it took to get to these new places in your life. Tip number 3, compete with only yourself. You are your only benchmark. Tip number 4, be grateful and have gratitude for what you have and what you have earned. Comparing is one of the most common human emotions. Unfortunately, it only does one thing and steals happiness from us. Take these healthy tips to live a happy, healthy life in a better world. The only comparison you have to make is to your past self. This way, you will know where you came from and hopefully celebrate what you have achieved. And you can start setting your sights on a future where you determine what's right for you. Thank you.